This is the Aftermarket Radio Network. Hey, we're at the Napa Expo, joined by the 2022 Napa Technician of the Year, Meg Lewis. She's the first female winner and is a huge advocate for automotive training and reaching the youth in schools. From the Aftermarket Radio Network, it's Carm Capriato, and I'm joined by Matt Fanslow from Diagnosing the Aftermarket A to Z podcast. Meg, Matt, and I discuss goals, passions, work-life balance, and advice to women in the industry. Hey, thanks to our partner Napa for providing you this episode. Accomplish more by starting right now. Now, that's the motto of Repair Shop of Tomorrow, a Napa Auto Care exclusively endorsed vendor. RSOT will look at productivity, efficiencies, effective labor rate, average hours per car, labor profit percent, measure and manage labor, and how you can create net profit. Interested in Repair Shop of Tomorrow? Call 440-545-1230 for a free 20-minute, no-obligation consultation, or contact your servicing Napa Auto Parts store, 440-545-1230. Hey, welcome again to the great studio here at the Napa Expo 2022. I am in the studio with Meg Lewis. Okay, who's Meg Lewis? The 2022 Napa Technician of the Year.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Meg.
And thank you for having me.
Oh, we're delighted to have you here. The first woman.
Yes.
In the history of the Napa Honors and Awards.
Yes, that in itself almost carries its own honorable weight.
Isn't that something? I'm also here with Matt Fanslow from Matt Fanslow's Diagnosing the Aftermarket A to Z. Hi, Matt.
How's it going?
It's great.
Awesome.
Meg's a lead diagnostician, so are you. She's also the shop manager, so are you.
I'm trying to copy her. So if I could be more like her than me, that'd probably be better.
Well, by the end of the show, you'll learn what you have to do.
I'll give you some pointers.
I'm going to be listening.
Yes.
All right.
She goes,
Intently. I don't have nothing to write nothing down. That's
So-
a double, almost triple negative.
So 20 years in the business.
Yes.
This is what I know about you. You started in high school at the local vocational.
Yes.
You got such great, deep history about training and studies.
Very much so. I'm a huge advocate for any type of automotive training, and especially starting as young as you can in the high schools. That's where I got my start. When I first got into this, I didn't even know how to connect an air hose to a fitting.
What motivated you to want to go to automotive tech?
It was one of those things. As a little kid, my dad was always tinkering on different cars and whatnot, and I always was kind of fascinated on...
But didn't your dad call you, what, Tinkerbell?
Yes, well, I try not to make that too public, I've got a reputation.
Oh, I'm sorry, we'll have to edit that.
No, it's fine. But, yeah, I've always been fascinated about how things work, taking things apart. I was always that kid that ruined, toasters and stuff like that just to figure out how they work.
We've done shows where some shop owners that were technicians, where'd you get this drive to want to fix things? They talk about the toasters and the toaster ovens and the wash machines and everything they could possibly take apart and sometimes never put back together. But that was the way you learned, right?
Yeah, you kind of wanted to see how it worked, or if you could see how it worked. And just the act of taking it apart, using tools. And
So, Meg, you're basically curious.
Very much so. I'm fascinated with how things operate, how things work. Sometimes can you make them better? It's a natural curiosity, I think, plays a big role as becoming an automotive technician.
Yeah. How long did it take you to find the place you're working at now, which is your forever home, BJ's Automotive?
It took me several years, in all honesty. For part of it, I did kind of leave the industry a little bit when I was pregnant with my daughter. I had complications and wasn't able to work. Mm-hmm. So it did take a little bit from graduation from college with a degree in automotive technology to bouncing around from one shop to another. I ended up actually working in the hospitality industry for a little bit, which actually was great customer service training. Nothing's worse than dealing with a customer who's trying to check into their hotel room at 9:30 at night and you don't have a reservation for them. You have to really learn how to diffuse a potentially angry situation.
We hear this a lot about the hospitality industry. Your service advisor, one or two, however many you have on your counter, do they have any of that background?
Yes, one of our service manager, he actually has about 15 years in the service industry. He was an overnight manager at a Four Diamond Resort located on the coast of Maine. It's definitely a help. Our other service advisor has a little bit of customer service experience and not quite hospitality, but
I so appreciate what you're doing to stay current. I know you're going to all kinds of NAPA training.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a huge advocate for automotive training. NAPA puts on a very nice auto tech training program, both online and in person. You know, we participate in several other training events that pop up and through, and now that COVID has loosened up a bit, you know, it's more in-person trainings are becoming available. And, you know, especially as our industry continues to change, that's not going to slow down at any point in time. Yeah. So you have to go to trainings in order to stay current.
So when you found out you were the Technician of the Year, how'd you feel?
It honestly took several minutes for it to sink in. They took us out to lunch to break the news to Joel and I.
Break the news to you?
It did. They called up the shop and went, hey, we want to take you guys out to lunch. And I had honestly completely forgotten about me being entered into the Technician of the Year. So I'm like, we're either in some serious trouble or, you know.
Or I won the lottery.
Yeah, one of the two.
It's like taking your husband out to break the news to him that you're pregnant. Like, I got to break the news to you. It seems like such a positive thing.
So your career path, when you got out of college, you bumped around a little bit.
I did.
But one other question is, did you have any idea of where you would be today? Or are you that level of positivity and goal-oriented?
I try to stay very positive, and I am a very goal-orientated person. I knew I wanted to be a technician, and I knew I wanted to own my own shop someday. That was always my goal, even from when I started in high school. That was my end game. To have it taken to the point of where it is today, I never even imagined.
Hey, have you visited the Napa AutoCare member site lately? Well, since its relaunch in 2020, the Napa AutoCare member site has continued to evolve to keep members updated on all the Napa programs, promotions, member benefits, and business building tools to help your business thrive. Some features to the members site include never miss an update, stay current with notifications and announcements on the homepage, and view the dashboard featuring your shop's financial status. Also, take advantage of cost-saving member-exclusive promotions and a faster automated 24/24 peace-of-mind warranty submission process. Submit re-repair claims directly on the member site and easily check the status there as well. Now, typically the claim is settled and EFT or credit card payment is sent within 48 hours. Turn searches into a new customer with a referral tracker. Now learn more about how a consumer Napa online search for your shop can generate new customers at no additional cost to members. Use this popular customer tool to evolve your marketing strategies and to get the most business value. Own more than one Napa AutoCare? Link all your facilities to one login and access all the facilities to one user. You can also access the Shop Napa Helm or Pro Office website directly. You can also submit a Pro Image free look for a sneak peek at how you can co-brand your locally known name with the nationally recognized Napa brand. Also, submit online ASE certification renewal and test reimbursements. You also get exclusive access to dozens of industry-leading programs and solutions. Now, if you're a Napa AutoCare member, visit member.napaautocare.com to access the member portal and take advantage of these many member benefits today. Now, if you're not a Napa AutoCare Center, contact your servicing Napa Auto Parts store to learn more about how to join the Napa family. What's really cool is that you are in a succession plan, or at least in the earmarks of creating it, which is so nice.
Yes, we have a timetable of about 5 years or so.
Nice.
And I will be 100% the owner of the shop.
Did anybody help you put that together?
Joel has been very, very supportive of me when it comes to that. You know, he's allowed me to go to different business trainings. You know, we work one-on-one on a lot of the bookkeeping stuff, and he's giving me more education as we have the time, really. Because right now, you know, being the general manager of the shop and still being a technician on the floor, that still is my number one priority, is to get cars fixed and customers happy.
What do you love to do in the bays?
Oh, goodness. I'm not sure if I have a specific job that I enjoy more. I get kind of almost a thrill or a good high from fixing something that is broken and giving it back to the customer, that working better again, especially if it was an emergency fix that, you know, they're coming in, they don't have any other options. Sometimes they need to have their car back by the end of the day. And if you're able to meet those tasks that they give you, it gives you just this huge sense of accomplishment of, okay, not only did I fix something, I helped somebody out.
Is this all about maybe diag stuff?
Not always. You know, sometimes the computer and the electronic portion of it definitely plays a huge role, especially in our area where we're located. There are fewer and fewer shops that are stepping up to the challenges of today's vehicles. So we are the shop that dealers send their vehicles to us because they either their tech guy is out or they don't have a specific capability that is required to work on that.
Yeah. So when you say step up, what do you mean by that?
To invest in themselves, not only as a shop to get the tools needed to work on today's vehicles, but also to train themselves and their technicians to be able to properly diagnose and fix these vehicles, especially with the communication issues, the computer issues, and even sometimes basic electrical tests. And I'm not sure why electrical problems scare people so much, but I think really it has to do with their lack of knowledge on it. You know? But as a technician,
knowledge and practice and and then equipment, like you're saying.
Right.
When you're talking about investing in equipment, what kind of equipment are you investing in?
You know, a decent digital multimeter, even, you know, going as far as a picoscope or scan tools, whether it's a generic one or the OE tools.
Yeah, so you guys have some factory scan tools?
Yes, we do. Part of our benefit of being a member of our business development group is we have a tool share program. So as a group, through our dues, we have purchased several OE tools that we share between the different garages, and we're able to have access that way.
That's slick.
You like that, Matt?
Well, no, I buy all my own, so I don't have to share. But
no, I said, but you like the idea.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and then like she's saying, I think there's still, even with that sharing going on, the investment in themselves with the training allows them to make best use of that tool. So
Absolutely.
Even if that car could have been fixed at Shop Z with the tool in the share program, they may not have pulled it off until it goes to her shop because of that time spent online or in-person training. Now she can use that very same scan tool to do it, get what needs to be done.
Right, absolutely.
You know, we're in a really good spot, but we're awfully close to the stage.
I got a rave going.
I've never heard a boom that loud from subwoofers.
You've never been to a concert?
No, I have. But I've not sat in the front row.
It's Vegas, baby. It's hyped all the time.
Thanks, Tracy. Yeah.
It sounds like Tracy's car just drove by. It's boom, boom.
So, Meg, tell us about your kids.
Well, I have a boy and a girl who's 16 and 15.
Oh, good ages.
Yes. My son, he just got his driver's license and started working his first official real job that's other than helping mom around in the shops. Yeah. So, super exciting. Both of them have been incredibly supportive of me throughout the years. They've grown up with me in the shop and everything, going to training. Sometimes I'm gone for a couple days, and, they've been always super supportive. They absolutely love this event here. My daughter's coming around and walking with me.
Wait a minute, your kids are here?
Yes, both of them are here.
No,
yes.
Too bad we should have had them in here. Oh my, we should have had them in. Oh, well, that's too bad.
They're over looking at some of, I think, the wax museum across the
they're doing the dormant challenge.
Yeah, that you two, hopefully, Matt, thank you for bringing that up. You did
horribly, and despite the myths around here, Tracy did not beat me.
Are you sure? Because I think I made the whiteboard.
Yeah. consolation.
No, I don't think so.
Miscongeniality.
Please, Meg, go take the Dorman challenge. I'm taking using a ratchet gun to take the.
If you can beat a minute, then you'll beat me.
Yeah.
And then if you can beat a minute 5, you can beat Tracy.
Yeah. So we were talking about work-life balance. I mean, talk about bringing the kids here to the trip. I mean, there's work-life balance. Have them see what mom does. And, you know, when they announced you this morning and they showed your pictures on those huge screens, I mean, your kids were with you, right?
Yes, they were. And both of them.
Was Joel there with you?
Yes, he is.
Oh,
He's here
nice.
as well. He's actually the one taking them to the museums right now.
Oh, nice.
So.
How nice. Best piece of advice a mentor of yours ever gave you?
Oh, my goodness. There's been so many over the years, you know. I mean, and maybe it's just not necessarily one specific piece of advice, but just having people there giving me support when so many people, you know, especially when I was in school and first coming into this, were doubtful on, you know, if I could do this, if I would stick with this, if I would even be successful at it. To have those few people standing behind me, you know, giving me encouragement and, you know, sitting there, look, you may not get it right the first time, you may not get it right the first 3 times, but you keep trying until you do get it, and, you know, you get better at it, and you keep going. You don't let somebody like that bring you down when this is something that you really are passionate about and you really want to do.
Is there a technician shortage?
Absolutely.
I've heard of it.
So how has it affected you, and how have you maybe combated it?
One thing we've had to institute to try to attract people to our garage, because we're kind of not really, really rural Maine, but, you know, rural enough that the closest major metropolitan area is 2 hours away from us.
Has Stephen King wrote a book about your town being destroyed by some supernatural entity yet?
The Fog was about the islands that are right off the coast.
That's awesome.
Storm of the Century was on another one that he based off the islands off the coast right where we are.
Nice.
If you're ever up there in the fog,
I will be. Well, in the fog, mornings, I'm running for shelter.
Yeah. It really is as thick as it's portrayed.
I bet.
Always a movie reference with my friend.
That's an author reference, I'll have you know.
It is.
ASE certifications, how important are they?
They are very important, not only from the aspect of customers being able to recognize it wherever they go. You know, it's a nationwide institution that recognizes technicians who have taken the time to invest in themselves, to hold themselves to a higher standard and really push their limits on them.
Would you hire someone that didn't have ASE certifications?
Yes.
You would?
Absolutely.
And then do what?
We offer a program to help train them. We give them, you know, practice material. We pay for them to take the ASE test, even if they don't pass it the first however many times. That's what we've had to go to, you know, in order to attract people to our business, you know.
That's smart because, especially like the first 2 times.
Right.
That the first time someone doesn't pass, ASE exam can be used as a tool to show areas that need improvement.
Absolutely.
And it gives them a chance to improve. So now you're getting a better tech out of the deal.
Absolutely.
That's really cool you guys do that.
You know, and as technicians, not all of us are great test takers, especially on the first time. And if you've never been exposed to something like that, you could have just failed it because of nerves.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I think that happens a fair bit.
Yes, for sure.
I'm one of those interviewers that are guilty of asking multiple questions in one statement. And, if I didn't have my producer sitting over here to remind me, one of the questions that I did ask you, that it was somehow we interrupted you, how are you attracting new hires?
Oh, yes. What we're doing right now, because we are so short-staffed, we are offering an incentive program where you do not necessarily need to have past automotive experience. But if you have basic knowledge, like somebody who's coming out of a high school level, or maybe a hobbyist who's always done their own things but want to just kind of take it to the next level, we're taking those people on, getting them trained. We are providing them their own tools, toolbox, a place to work out of, and everything, just to get them in the door And it's also, you're basically training a tech from the ground up. So they're going to be trained the way how I want them to work. Safely, get it done, and get it done right.
Sounds like an apprentice program to me.
Yep, 100%. Yep.
Exactly.
You got to throw in there, they get a chance to work with the Napa Auto Care Technician of the Year 2022.
That's right.
And you know what? That may sound sarcastic, but it's not.
No, it's not.
Really true.
Yeah.
That should hold a little bit of water because if you think about even chefs, to go around, they work with renowned chefs to learn their craft.
Yeah.
They get a chance to work with you and hone their craft and hopefully stay.
Right. That is the end goal, and that's actually a really good point. I never thought of it that way.
I have another reference to chefs, but I might hold back a little bit.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, it's wonderful you won, and you're the first female, so that's going to garner attention. I hope soon that nobody cares. Not that you're female, but that the next victor of it is, if it's a woman or a male, man, they don't care. They're the winner. It's a technician one.
Right.
And so I'm thinking like cooking shows or the Master Chef series or Iron Chef series. If a woman wins it or a male wins it, they're just the winner.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
And so it's tremendous what you've accomplished. And I hope someday it doesn't matter that you're a woman. You just are a really good tech.
I hope we get to that point too. I'm a huge advocate for going around to the schools and really nurturing the students, and especially the female students, because your average tech class has maybe 2, 3 if you're lucky.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'm questioning instructors and I'm questioning schools in regards to the reason why. Is it because that they don't have somebody as someone to look up to? An example in this is like, well, nobody's ever done it before, so maybe I shouldn't even try. It's always been a man's world as far as the cars go. And we're really, really hoping to change that.
Yeah, the male dominated, a bit of a boys club. I don't know if it's so much that way. You would be able to speak far more to that than I could. But I think with the technician shortage, it's just going to become less and less of a thing. And reading your bio, if this is available online to read your bio, just subtract the part about you being female. It's anybody.
Right.
It's
absolutely.
any young tech looking to get into the profession has all the same issues and concerns or, anxieties. They're all the same as what I had and many people I talk to. It's all the same. And yeah, I just love that you're speaking to everyone, but also women like, hey, this is a great profession with a tremendous future.
It absolutely is. And, if you're somebody who has the attention to detail, who has the willingness and the drive to educate yourself on these newer systems that are coming in, I mean, they're here to stay.
Yes.
Is the way of the future. Electronics are here to stay, computers, everything.
Yep.
Guys, I got to tell you something. I'm sitting here watching you two banter, and I can't help but think, Matt, to both of your points, market yourself to new candidates. Let them realize that the culture of training and inclusion and appreciation wouldn't have happened for you. NAPA recognized this, which goes a long way of saying, you may want to come and work here for all the right reasons because I got this honor. And work side by side with me. So I think it's a marketing tool. I also love the whole idea of being able to talk to our students, both middle, high, and post-secondary, and lead. Maybe not lead, but say, hey, this is who I am, this is where I came from. And oh, by the way, I was the Napa Technician of the Year 2022.
Right.
And then you stop and you pause for a moment and let that sink in. Matt won the Technician of the Year last year from Apex.
Lack of competition. Sorry.
Well, that's not true.
Well, congratulations. I was not aware of that.
That is not true. So
when they broke the news to me, I kept saying, is somebody putting me on? Is this, a friend of mine?
Did you hang up on Mark, I think?
Well, the first time I hung up on him, the second time I thought his name was so, the last name sounded too close to bogus.
Stop it.
I thought he was jerking me around. I thought it was actually Bob Hype.
Yeah,
trying to get one on me.
Yeah.
And then he finally convinced me that.
Funny.
And then I'm like, is this even a real thing?
Yeah. Advice to women who want to become in the industry.
Don't get discouraged. You are going to face challenges, sometimes challenges that are uniquely to you. And as women, we tend to take things very personally. And I'm not trying to generalize. I'm not trying to, say one way or another, but it's part of who we are, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's something that you should embrace, and honestly, in some ways, it makes us stronger and more capable to deal with the adversities that we see.
Well said. Thank you. You got a dream car?
One that I don't have to fix.
That's the best answer yet.
Oh my!
I had an idea what she was going to say because I read her bio, and then this is way better. That's way better.
You nailed it. We should just quit this episode. So, no, really, tell us.
I am a huge fan of the Tesla models.
Okay.
The new Roadster that came out after that was published is honestly a new thing that I'm looking at. Unfortunately, as far as Tesla dealerships or anything being able to service on it, I live in Maine.
I know where you can get a charging station.
Yeah,
I can show you. It's like maybe 100 feet away.
I was just gonna say about like 4 booths down.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can park, put it wherever you want your executive parking, and you can pull right in.
I'll have to look into that.
Pull it in with you probably have a Plaid, or you'd get the Roadster, or the kids are growing up. You don't need an X,
right?
Huh.
You guys are having too much fun. I'll just I'll leave.
We're coming back to scan tools soon, so
okay.
Scopes, scan tools.
Scopes, yeah, because that's what you want to talk
That's all
about.
I want to talk about.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think Meg wants to because this is all about the award. So the industry is on fire with changes in technology and EVs. How do you see it changing? Maybe 5, maybe 10 years.
We are definitely going to have to invest in. The first thing is a bigger garage. The garage that we have is fairly old. It's only 4 bays. It's nowhere near big enough for what we need to do. Having said that, investing in more of the technologies, more of the OE scan tool capabilities, keeping up with the aftermarket advancements that are coming up. The Autel ADAS system seems to be a really big contender, as well as what Hunter's coming out with as far as.
Do you want to do ADAS at your place someday?
It's a very good possibility. Yeah. Yes, we have the Autel scan tool. It's very user friendly. Anything Autel comes out with does seem to be user friendly.
Yep.
No, they are not paying me for this plug that I'm putting out there.
They are now.
But and especially for hiring in new technicians that are at that apprentice level, Autel is really a step up as far as being user friendly, very coherent, and makes sense on how they have things structured.
Yeah, and capability wise, for the money. And I don't mean that as it's good for the money.
Well, right.
I mean, compared to, I think, what was dominant for the longest time, I think the Snap-on line of scan tools was dominant for many, many decades. People were richly rewarded for that investment, and now that's dwindling. And Autel, Launch, Top Done have kind of snuck into that role of, like you're saying, capability, ease of use.
Right.
And the Autel ADAS system is a really good system.
Yes. We watched the demo over there on the booths and everything, because I've been reading the literature on it, that we've been getting the flyers, but to see it here actually in action, it's really, really a good opportunity.
It's kind of neat. We're in this beautiful bubble here as a studio. Again, so close to where they're tuning up for tomorrow.
I live in a bubble.
And everybody's coming by waving. Meg, you have a lot of fans, it looks like.
It's kind of funny, actually, to walk around here. I was going up an escalator with my daughter to get lunch earlier today, and this guy just leaned over and was like, "Hey, congratulations." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." We're passing each other, going in 2 separate directions.
Well, we're thrilled and excited. Thank you for carving some time out to spend with us and for us to find out a little bit more about you and what makes you tick. And trust me, with what I see in your bio and all the great things you've done, very deserving of this honor.
Well, thank you very much.
Matt, any final words?
Well, this has been a blast. There's really another podcast I'd love to hear you on.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, we can talk about that later.
And that would be his.
It's kind of obscure. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be.
Your people call my people.
So it'll be me calling your people. And they'll be like, who? Like,
Yeah. And what's really cool is, Napa's sponsoring this one with you and I, and of course, Napa sponsors Matt's show.
Yeah, they're a great sponsor. They put on a really nice show here. It looks like they picked a really good tech to win this award. Very well deserved. Very, very nice meeting you.
Yes, nice meeting you.
Meg
both.
Lewis, BJ's Automotive, Belfast, Maine. Napa Auto Care Technician of the Year 2022. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on board to listen and learn from the premier automotive aftermarket podcast. Until next time.